This is Feature Mine. So a giant face has been discovered on Google Earth, and they're seeing this in Antarctica. People are skeptical as far as if it's real or not. Some people are saying it might just be the shadows or just a coincidence. Others are saying this could actually be the face of a giant.
There we are. Now, what I've done is I've marked the coordinates here. I'll put coordinates in the description below, so you can just copy and paste them and put them into the little search bar at the top here on Google Earth, and you will find it straight away. So it's easy to find. But incidentally, well, let's look at it first. I'll show you some more details about it in a minute. Let's go in a bit closer. There we are. This is absolutely incredible, and it's very large. This is about 1 kilometre from the chin to the top of the head here. Now it looks very pointed here, but the shadows are making it more pointed. I would imagine this head actually is more rounded at the top, but there's a heavy shadow coming across here and obscuring part of it. You've got, let's go in close, you've got very interesting and amazing mouth detail here with a small chin. You've got a nose here with a nostril here. You've got an eyebrow here and another one here. And what I've done, I've taken some clips of this and I've put it in my graphics processor. This is a raw clip that I just showed you. Nothing done to this. I'm just going to enlarge that a bit. I've done a brightened version, which I'll show you in a second. Here we are. Hang on. Let's go in a bit closer. There's some astonishing detail here. And you've even got a very interesting mouth structure here and chin. You can actually see into the mouth. There's a nostril here. And when you brighten it up, you can see where there's another nostril here as well. You've got an eyebrow here, and there is actually an eye just below this, I think. And when you brighten it up, you can see it. Obviously, this is buried in very thick snow and ice.
I've done reports on this before about if it's possible that there could be something to the myths of the frost giants. And if there is, could it be that the frost giants would be in Antarctica? And so as I dug into that hypothesis, I would consider the frost giants to be the Nephilims. So the book of Enoch goes into a lot of detail about the fallen ones and how they had children that became the Nephilims. And so is it possible that the Nephilims might have been hiding out in the Antarctic area? I would say this theory makes the most sense on a flat earth. And so if the Nephilims wanted to hide out and keep from being seen, what better place for the Nephilim giants to want to hide out in Antarctica, where it's forbidden for the average person to go down there and look around. So it'd be a perfect place for them to hide out. And plus, with the other theories about Antarctica on the flat earth is that there's extra lands and that the lands go far beyond the outer ring of the Antarctic area. So there'd be plenty of areas where they could maybe hide out if they go outside of this outer ring area. So I just thought it was interesting that there's this face in the snow. And so in my giant playlist, you also find reports that I've done on what people are calling the mud fossils. And some of these mountains actually look humanoid. And a lot of these mountains across the world actually appear to be possibly petrified giants. And there's also a lot of areas that look like some of these mountains could be giant tree stumps. So what's the chance of there being so many mountains that look like giants and giant tree stumps? So it's very possible that these beings could have been scattered across the world, and maybe this is real. Maybe it's just shadows, who knows? But I just wanted to share with you, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think that this is the face of a giant Nephilim, or do you think that it's just a coincidence that it looks like a face? I mean, as you examine the facial structure of this mountain, you can see that it clearly looks symmetrical with the two eyes, and then you got a nose and then the mouth. So it really does look like a giant face. But you know, sometimes maybe things just look like that. Plus with Google Earth, you never know if there's any type of manipulation going on. But like I said, when you put it all together with all of the other mountainous areas across the world that actually look pretty humanoid, and then there's also a lot of dragon-like creatures and animal-like creatures you can find in mountain structures. So when I first did my report on that, I was saying, hey, you know, maybe this is something to where you might just see it because it resembles it. So kind of like if you look at a cloud in the sky, you can say, hey, that looks like Mickey Mouse, you know, and it just happens to look like that. So I'm not saying that this is true with the mountains or not, but, you know, as I've dug into the whole thing about the mountains, there's a lot of stuff going on. Plus with the caverns and the cave systems, there's a lot of interesting concepts as far as what are these caverns and cave systems. So I'm going to leave my link to my playlist where I've done a lot of reports on this subject. I have a Giants playlist, and you'll find a lot of that stuff in there. So check out the playlist and find some of those videos because they're very interesting ideas. And let me know what you think about it in the comment section. I'm also going to leave links to my other channels, my social media, my Feature Mind store, my free email newsletters, and much more. If you want to get to my secret videos, I got a bunch of secret videos. All you have to do is become a YouTube member. And I have a bunch of secret videos that aren't available to the public. You can join for as little as $1. So you get to help this channel out, plus you get access to these videos that aren't available to the public. And so I'll leave a link to that in the comment section and description box. And so thanks for tuning in. Let's get over 500 likes on this video. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.